Okay, the letter J stands for Jake's age. Okay, and fill in the table by writing in algebraic terms. So Jake's age now is J. In 2 years' time, what you do with Jake's age? You add on 2. J plus 2. What you think in 5 years' time you're going to do? J plus 5. Okay, and 4 years ago, so 4 years in the past, not in the future. Minus 4, but yeah, you get the gist. Okay, what you need to do if you want to double your age, what do? You multiply by 2. So the answer would be 2J, or some of you wrote 2 multiplied by J. 2 multiplied by Jake's age. 2J is the better one. 1/3 of Jake's age. Whatever your age is, divided by 3. So you can either write J divided by 3, or you can write J over 3. Two teams, okay? What we have on the left is we'll put Celtic on the left, we'll put Man City on the right. And the deal is that at the end of this question, this is a solved question. At the end of the question, you need to have M on its own. Is that all right? Now, only M's play for Celtic. So let's go to the transfer window. Who stays and who goes? 5M stays or goes? It's an M, isn't it? So it stays. 2 stays or goes? Okay. 2M wants to play for Celtic. Stays or goes? Transfers. 35 stays. Perfect. Now, write down the ones that stayed. 5M stays and 35 stays. Write down the ones that stay. Now, what happens to the 2M? It was plus. It was so 2M was positive for Man City. He got transferred. 2M negative, and then plus 2 was positive for Celtic, but negative for Man City. Now, 5M take 2M. 3M minus 2 plus 35. 3. Now, this 3 is special. Why is this 3 special, Marcus? There's none in between the 3 and the M. What does that mean? It's a multiplier. And what's the opposite of multiplying? So divide it by the 3. What you get? 11. Okay. Okay. 2 multiplied by x. Great. 2 multiplied by 2. Okay. Next one. Minus 3 multiplied by x. Yes. Minus 3 multiplied by another minus 3. So there's 2 negatives there. Just do 3 multiplied by 3. 9. So it's plus 9 because 2 negatives make a positive when you multiply. Okay. Now, lads, when I was first teaching it this stuff, what I kept saying to you guys is that Celtic currently has 4 players when Man City only has 2. Does everybody see that? What I always asked you to do was to make sure that each team has at most 2 players. So does anybody know what to do with Celtic to make it down to 2 players? Yes, what's 2x take 3x? And then what's 4 plus 9? 13. Now, does everybody see the way both teams only have 2 players now? Okay, we're going to do the transfer market H in the corner. So who stays and who goes? X's want to play for Celtic, and other numbers want to play for Man City. So minus 1x stays, yeah. And plus 7 stays. So 13 changes and x changes. Fair enough. What does 13 change into? He's positive on Celtic, which means it's going to be negative on Man City. And the x, yeah, minus x over here, is it? Because he's positive on Man City, but now he's negative on Celtic. Now, what's minus 1x minus 1x, H? Minus 2x. Okay, G. What's minus 13 plus 7? Is minus 6. Okay, and what do I do with the minus 2? How do you know to divide that? You're right, but how did you know? See the way there's nothing between the minus 2 and the x? That means it's a multiplier, which means the opposite of multiplying is dividing. And what you guess the answer? There you go. Good job. Okay. Now, what we have is two numbers. Would you agree with that? We have one number and it's greater than the other number. Agreed? So, okay, we have a small number and we have a large number. Can you pick a letter to represent the small number? What letter do we normally use? What letter do we normally use to represent a number? We use X. The small one is X. What's the large one? You're not okay. Now try not to use Y. Look, read the language. See the black writing. What the other number is 4 bigger than it. Well, what's 4 bigger than X? There you go. Is everybody happy with stage 1? C. Come on, focus. Okay. Now, 3 times the small. 3 small plus 2 large. Do you see what I'm doing with the language there? Everybody see it? 3 small plus 2 large equals 43. Now, here's what I'm going to do now. What letter do D. What letter do I exchange the small with? What letter should go here instead? X. And what should go in instead of large? Nope. Look directly above. What's the large number? Yeah. So we're nearly there. Okay. S. Where's S? At the back. Go on. What's 3 times X? 2 times X. And then 2 times 4? 8. Now, once again, if we're talking about football teams, which team has too many players? Left side has too many players. So once again, Celtic cheating. They have too many players. So what do I need to do with that to make that work? No. Before you move A, what do you do first? Has to be a 2 side before. You have to have 2 players in your team before you transfer the market. 5x plus A equals 43. Now we can enter the transfer market. Who leaves? Are you sure? Perfect. And who's left over then? 5x is left over. And what's 43 take A? S. 43 take away A? Close, 35. And we'll go for D. Or sorry, C. Yeah. What do we do with the last answer here? No, other C. $35 divided by 5? 7. Okay. Question for you. H. Do you get full marks for my answer? Why? What's preventing me from getting full marks? One of them is 7, and the small one's 7, and what's the large one? 7 and 11, we'd hope. Solve question. What's the deal with solve questions? X has to be on its own by the end of the question, agreed? But what you can do is you need to think of a fraction that works for this. What fraction do you think I should turn them all into? Huh? So this 3 over 1. Turn them into quarters. See the way all 3 numbers will divide into 4? So here's all you need to do for pretty much to pass the question. Here's all you need to do. How do you turn 2 into 4? Multiply by 2. Do the same thing top and bottom. And what you get? 2x take away 4. On the other side, what you need to do? Top and bottom. And you get 12 over 4. What you do with the bottom numbers then? You can ignore them because they're the same on both sides. So just looking at the top part C, see the blue part here? What's 3x take 2x? 3x take 2x, I mean. Shh. No, sorry, you're multiplying them, sorry. It's 3 take away 2. Just 1. 1. 1x equals 12. Is that all right? Shh. Very last question I have to do and we're done. Okay. Now, what happens here is we have two numbers. What are the two numbers we're looking at? We're looking at 3 and we're looking at 2. What number do you think they both divide into, Jay? No, 1 will divide into both of them, you're right. But I'm looking for a bigger number that 3 and 2 will divide into. Let's count up in 2s. 2, 4. Count up in 3s. 3 and... So what number are you going to choose? Shh. Hey, how'd you turn 3 into 6? And how'd you turn 2 into 6? Multiply it in. Four x minus, yeah, all over. Now, what can you do with the bottoms? Just ignore them like they don't exist. Now we're in the transfer market. Who needs to go where? Swap with the minus 10, okay, I see that. Minus 3x. And then x equals 4.